Greetings, I'm Tree Elf.
And I'm Barb.
Welcome to day 11 of our 13 Days of Christmas podcast series, produced by the Siider.
Our story today is a moment shared with Calvin Siider, a fisherman who shares some insights into cetacean behavior.
Thank you for listening, and if you can afford to support this process, check out patreon.com/thesoointooligan.
I just seen a whale out here that looked very similar to a sperm whale.
Really?
Yeah.
Do we get them here sometimes?
Well, the ocean's all connected, but just 30, 40 miles from here, I've seen lots of them. But why they would come in here, it's hard to say unless there's squid in here.
Okay.
Which there is. We get great big squid like that, about that big around, big humboldt.
Oh.
That's primarily the sperm whale's food, but they also take fish off our gear. Black cod especially, they like.
Come along and nibble it off, eh?
Oh, well, we call it flossing because they just run the gear through their teeth and take everything.
Wow.
You can feel the snaps colliding with each other. Boom, 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 boom.
Wow.
First time that happened with me was an orca. The first time I'd been whale, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. The line fucked off, and then I got a great big clump of snaps, and what? Anyway, that was like 40 years ago, and they attribute the whales in the whole northern Pacific. They've learned that, right? They've learned how to rob longline gear, and they figure it was one big bull that learned and taught, and it just carried on. But I kind of think that big bull might have been the first one that got us because he was all alone.
Wow.
Yeah, they're smart animals, and news travels fast amongst them. Like you've probably heard about the dolphin safe plan to clean up the tuna seiners, like decrease their bycatch of porpoises and dolphins, most of the dolphins. So anyway, there was a seine skipper out of San Diego, and the dolphins are always in the net, so he hung a block down in his net, reinforced it, put a piece of rope up to the cork line, and when they were almost pursed up, he pulled the cork line down. No tuna's gonna go up over there, they're all heading down. So he pulled the cork line down, and the dolphins were circling around. One went over, other ones made a circle. Pretty soon, two went over, and it wasn't very long before they all went over. So anyway, he took footage of that, and 8 boats out of San Diego rigged up like that, and did that every set. And by the time the methodology and the technology got to the western side of the Pacific, like Samoa, Guam, the fleets over there, the first time they employed that and pulled the cork line down on the other side of the Pacific, immediately the dolphins went over. They already knew. Yeah, they're smart.